Howdy, thanks for tuning in. My name's Chris. Today we're kind of revisiting that P365 result where it came out over the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus and the carry comp that I have. A little bit of controversy with shooting that out of the box stock without any attachments or modulation, whereas with the 365 of course you can definitely do that to your heart's content, which is why I think it's a better gun. It's that simple. I like the Smith & Wesson Shield. I have two of them. I have more Shields than I have 365s at this point, but that's because you have to buy a complete other gun in order to modify it the way you want it or carry it the way you'd like to, whereas with SIG, it's a la carte. You can do anything you want. Size, shape, texture, build, material, aluminum, polymer, length of slide, length of grip, capacity, trigger. You can do anything you want. So I think it edges it out. Yeah, I've been working on this video for a couple of months actually, on and off. So hope you enjoy it. Please like, subscribe. If you have any questions or any comments, go ahead and leave me a comment. I'm not a professional. I just enjoy shooting like you do. Hopefully you're getting out there and training. If it wasn't feeling and looking like it was today, I'd be out at the state park where I do most of my shooting in Middle Tennessee doing the same thing. So hope you enjoy, and stay tuned towards the end. I do a complete teardown, install, and removal of the fire control unit. Hopefully that helps you too. I know that's pretty common knowledge among the P365 community, but if you don't know, towards the end I take about 2 minutes and go through the whole thing. You don't need any tools, just an Allen key or a little punch if you want to get the fire control unit out of the grip module, but that's about it. Everything else you can do in the field. I think that's another great advantage of the 365. So I made a previous video comparing a couple of different M&P Shield pistols. However, within that video, I integrated a comparison to my P365, modded the way I normally carry and shoot it as a contender to stir the pot. And lo and behold, for the purpose of that particular comparison, the SIG came out on top. So why was that? I caught a little slack in the comments because my 365 was outfitted with a rail-mounted light, and the shields were shot as is out of the box, no attachments. But buried in that seemingly unfair comparison was sort of my point. They aren't necessarily exactly the same. It's fine. I can use each one for a different application, but which one actually shoots better? More specifically for that video's point, which one feels better to shoot? Which one recoils more smoothly and directly? Which gun, and more specifically, as shown in the video you're about to watch, which configuration of that gun feels the best? And after that, in which configuration would you choose to daily carry? Luckily for us, in the case of the P365, we've got options. This video is really made for current 365 XMacro users or fans. The P365 is well established as a fantastic carry gun, no matter the variant you have. That said, with the vast history of this gun's excellence, this is more of a demonstration of the gun's modularity, and I'll be highlighting some of the upgrades that I have personally purchased and put a lot of rounds through. This is also sort of a continuation of my last video. Admittedly, in that video, I was pitting the 365 with some of the modular parts featured here against the pair of stock M&P shields, utilizing the advantages of simple universal upgrades such as equipping the gun with a rail-mounted weapon light and using simple and available comp or porting options for slides and barrels. But that is sort of what this is about. It's modularity. The ability to completely change the shooting experience by physically changing your gun. Its form, fit, function, its capacity, the size, texture, and material of the grip module, the length of the slide and barrel, integrating compensation, and a wide variety of holsters and attachments. All customizable thanks to the function of the P365's fire control unit. With being able to change all of these parts out comes a remarkable difference in the overall shooting experience, from recoil management and muzzle rise, to tailoring the gun's size to fit your hand and individual concealment needs, or to dedicating it as a tricked out range queen or home defense weapon when the utility of the modular options really shines. My P365 started out as a bone stock P365 XMacro Tacops. The Tacops model comes with a non-compensated 3.7-inch slide and barrel combo, SIG X-ray iron sights, as well as an enlarged slide release and a flared mag well to quickly slam our mags and the slide back into action. I like this option for basic daily carry without a light as my most concealable and non-intrusive option, while still boasting a 17-round capacity. Most other versions of the macro come with a comp slide and a 3.1-inch barrel, leaving the Tacops option with its full-length barrel and standard slide as the theoretical winner as far as ballistics, accuracy, and potentially a better low-light and night shooting experience. It works!
As far as non-light bearing basic Kydex holsters for the P365 XMacro in this configuration, I own and really like the Blade Tech Total Eclipse 2.0, which can be modified with their included belt clips to run either inside or outside the waistband and in either a left or right-handed orientation. I'll link that in the description as well. To give my fingers some kind of basic indexing points on the stock grip module, I've cut a sheet of Talon Grips grip tape to size at points on either side of the grip for my thumb and index finger. My Tacops is also outfitted with Radian's backstrap and magwell, and while these parts definitely contribute to the style and function of the gun, I'm really not considering them as major difference makers in the shooting experience between our two builds today. Just a side note on Radian, they also make a whole kit out of their 365 upgrades, also selling base plates for the stock 365 XMacro 17-round magazines. They also make a ramjet and afterburner combo, which is a dedicated barrel and comp system, which I hope to try out and eventually add to the growing ways to tailoring the shooting experience of the P365 XMacro.
Standard P365 XMacro, standard grip, standard 3.7-inch slide and barrel. Still shoots pretty smooth, still an impressive gun. I love it.
Which sort of leads me into my second offering, which is, compared to the stock gun, sort of a Frankenstein build. I took the compensated slide and barrel combo from the 365 Spectre Comp, which is a compensated 3.7-inch slide with additional lightning cuts and a shortened 3.1-inch barrel. The slide was ordered direct from SIG and is fitted with SIG X-ray suppressor height sights, which work well with a wider variety of optics, and in the chance that I want to outfit this gun with a 9mm suppressor, allow you to see over the can. And in completing the build as far as integral modular parts, the showstopper here, in my opinion, and the part that has improved the shooting experience the greatest is the Icarus Precision Ace XMacro aluminum grip module. Just some details on the Icarus Precision grip module. It's machined from billet 7075 aluminum, weighs 5.22 ounces, offers excellent handling ergonomics thanks to the ambidextrous thumb ledges or indexing points for lefty or righty shooters, has a generous flared magwell over stock, very aggressive metal stippling all over the grip, high finger notch on the front of the trigger guard, and an exaggerated palm swell and beaver tail, allowing for amazing purchase on the gun, effectively lowering the bore axis of the pistol. It's got a standard mil-spec 1913 Picatinny rail up front for weapon lights and other attachments, takes the standard P365 XMacro 17-round mags, and utilizes the magazine release from the stock SIG XMacro grip. The only real downsides I can see are its price, coming in at about $400, and potentially limited holster options. However, I have been able to utilize my XMacro light-bearing holsters from 4Bros and G-Code, and while not a precise fit, they work just fine.
P365 XMacro with the Spectre Comp slide and the Icarus Precision grip. It's a beast. Great gun.
If we really slow things down, it's more obvious to me that my grip really holds true on the Icarus and Spectre Comp combination on the bottom of the screen. The gun returns to target much quicker and also seems to be flatter shooting as well. Whereas with the stock gun on the top of the screen, it seems as if my support hand is still searching for somewhere on the grip module to plant the gun down and stay on target. Now, in case you aren't aware of the complete modularity of this gun, I want to give you a quick rundown on removal of the fire control unit. Use the takedown lever to remove the slide barrel and recoil spring assembly. We'll set that recoil spring aside because we're going to use that one again. Now what we'll do is remove the fire control unit by punching out the retention pin in the rear of the grip module. You can use a simple Allen key or a punch, anything that's going to fit into the retention pin slot. Make sure you hold on to that pin. We're going to need that again. Put that aside. Simply grab the FCU and pry it out of the grip module. The fire control unit is the gun. It's the serialized part on the P365, and it houses the trigger assembly, various springs, the takedown lever, the slide release, and the retention pin. Since the FCU is the gun, it's the only part that you'll need to order through an FFL dealer. The rest of the modular parts for your gun can be ordered straight to your door. We'll use the same recoil spring, quickly attach that to the slide assembly, and we'll move on to the Icarus Precision Grip here. We're simply going to drop that fire control unit in, snap it down, and we're going to grab our retention pin and return it home. You'll hear an audible click once that retention pin is all the way in where it needs to be. There aren't any other required tools to remove or replace the fire control unit. Lock the slide back. The takedown lever is going to snap back into place. And check the functionality of the gun. And you're good to go. I hope the fire control unit install and removal was helpful. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. Please like, subscribe, share if you like what you see. That'll propel me mentally and emotionally to make more of these videos. I'm going to go ahead and give the, in the configuration I have it, the P365 XMacro in a modular build with the Icarus Precision Grip and the comp that we're using in this. Now again, I know there are other parts, there are other spring assemblies, there are other external comps and combos that may or may not be better, but just SIG factory parts. I want to get it at 8.5. Now the reason I'm doing that is the Tacops, as hopefully I've described adequately in the video, the fire control unit itself comes with an extended slide lock here. Now, normally you might not think that's a huge deal, but it really is. I can drop the slide with my index finger, and I've looked at other fire control units or other 365s at the store, and it's considerably more manageable here, especially for a left-handed shooter. So for a lefty in 8.5, the ambidextrous ledges on the Icarus grip propel it to that 8.5 as well. That's super handy. That makes it a much more considerable option for left-handed shooters, bringing it into our camp a little bit more. Now I know we don't have an ambidextrous slide release, but that's where the 365 is. I think with the modularity, with the dozens of parts and different size grips, slides, barrels, and so on that we can combine with one singular gun, one serialized part, I think it's totally worth it. The ambidextrous thumb ledge, the extended or enlarged slide release, the removable and swappable to either side of the grip module magazine release, all of that, the control, the modularity of the gun, 8.5 for left-handed shooters, and all around just a fantastic option. And yeah, if we bring it back to its comparison to other tried and true carry style concealable weapons, yes, it comes out on top largely because of that modularity. If I have my Smith & Wesson Shield, if I want to shoot the carry comp, I've got to buy another gun. Now I did that. I bought the carry comp, and the
the thing is, you can take that slide and barrel combo and throw it right on the lower of the Shield Plus, the standard one. So why not allow us to order that a la carte? I don't believe Smith has that option. SIG, on the other hand, if you go on their website, you can buy any of those parts. You can swap out any of the parts for the gun, and of course we know the aftermarket is flooded. So yes, back to that comparison, the SIG comes out on top. I'm not saying I don't like the Smith. It's a good gun. I've got both of them. I have actually technically more shields than I do 365s, but just the modularity of the 365 makes it the winner. Hope you agree. If not, let me know in the comment section. Again, I'm an amateur. I'm just a guy that likes collecting these things and making videos and likes going out at the state park and shooting. So thank you for tuning in. Again, please like a comment if you have anything to say or any questions, and subscribe. That would help a lot. Thank you so much.